Hello YouTube, today we are talking about minor tactical tweaks in order to improve chances of winning and avoiding minor mistakes during your tactical setup. So the first thing I want to mention is quite simple, and that is if you play match of the season, your team will not suffer from the tactical drawback if you get ahead by more than 2 goals. So take this into consideration when you're playing match of the season if you are actually counting on this effect to happen. Also remember this if you do not want the drawback to happen in an important match. If you are hunting for goal difference in the league, sometimes you'd want to introduce a player in bad form, for instance. It could be Kasper Jensen here. He's in wretched form here. And sometimes you might actually want to play him for just 1 minute. That means he has been on the field, and if he's on the field, he has a better chance at getting a positive form change during the training. You'll then change the orders to substitution, out, set it to 1 minute like that, and then you would, for instance, swap this guy on the field that's meant to play in this position. Doing this in the first minute of play ensures that it will happen, and an injury or something else, a red card or something, cannot ruin this change for you. You can also use this if you need to sell a player and he needs to be fielded. Alright, so that's the 1 minute substitutions. When you play the counter-attack tactic, you can boost your tactical level by playing offensive quick players from anywhere from 5% to 14%. At the same time, you can also counter your opponent's counter-attack tactic level if you play them at the defensive positions. And remember, when Hattrick introduced the goalkeeper specialties, the keeper will count in this counter-attack counter. So yeah. But do pay attention to the fact that you can only counter the boost of your opponent's tactic with your defensive players. If you know for certain that your opponent will be playing a winger in this slot, that'll be the right wing, you can counter his right winger 100% of the times if you get a quick event, if you put a quick left back on the field, and that'll always happen. There's also a chance that a central defender or a midfielder will counter the quick event, but that's just a chance, that's not guaranteed to happen. So that's quick players as well. Pay attention to where you position your players and have a look, see where your opponent played these players. Alright, now for something a little more advanced. So if you look at this guy here, he's a forward, he's actually a PNF, and you can see he has 2 yellow cards already, so he's actually facing a suspension on his next booking. So what you can do is, since his special move, pressing an additional chance from a missed chance from the opponent's defense and scoring on it, he can also gain a yellow card from a failed event of these. If you're comfortably in the lead, you could give him an instruction to play defensive or towards the wing in order to deactivate the possibility of this aggressive move. Obviously, you won't have the chance of scoring, but you will not have an increased chance of getting a booking. The same goes for a powerful defensive inner midfielder. If you are comfortably in the lead, you should consider deactivating his defensive order in order to avoid stupid yellow cards. There's another thing with the PDIM, and that is if you play on the counter attack. If you are counting on this tactic in order to convert your opponent's chances into your own chances, you don't want your PDIM to press away one of your opponent's chances. You could consider giving him a defensive instruction once you are comfortably in the lead, say by 2 goals or so, because your chances of converting the opponent's chances decrease every time you do so successfully. So at some point you would just want the opponent's chances to go away and not convert them actually. The final piece of advice I'll give in this video is if you want to employ man marking. Say I want to man mark an opposition with Kaganovic here. Obviously, Kaganovic will have to be neutral in his orders in order to make an actual man marking. I can't even select him as a man marker if he has an instruction, but the thing I can do is, in case the opposition doesn't even field the player in question, we can actually give Kaganovic an order, but we have to do so in the first minute. So I'll do like this, add it up to the first minute, and then we will have him play, for instance, towards the middle. If the player is fielded, he will just lose this instruction once the man marking is in place, but if the player doesn't come onto the field, it will not activate and he'll just keep playing towards the middle, and that might be better than having him playing neutrally. That's all depending on the tactic on the day. But that's all for the small tactical tweaks. Perhaps I missed a tactical tweak, I don't know. Perhaps you learned something new. If you do know of a tactical tweak that I didn't mention in this video, please leave a comment and tell the rest of the channel what you can do as well. Other than that, I hope you have a beautiful weekend in Hattrick, and hopefully these few tips might help you in the future. Thank you for watching.